Welcome back to Melanie Loves Death Metal. Happy Monday. Before I get started on showing meaningless records that literally just don't mean shit, this last several days they've been tough. It's been tough around here. As you guys know, Hurricane Helene came in and decimated Florida, the Florida Gulf Coast, and then made its way up to North Carolina and has wreaked havoc on that state, on the northwest side of that state, all in the mountain areas, and then Tennessee, and it was a really fucking terrible storm. We are okay. My home is okay. We got very lucky. If it had been a direct hit, I don't know what would have happened to us. However, I have friends who lost everything, their families lost everything. A lot of people lost their homes. There was up to 6 feet of surge water in some people's homes. Beaches, almost every single beach in my area is decimated. That means businesses, houses, the actual beach itself, parking lots, like any sort of structure was washed away, completely sand washed. What that means is basically it looks like it snowed a blizzard of sand. It's insane. There's cars that are just buried in sand. Um, and I think the most heartbreaking thing, obviously, are the deaths that have happened and just the people that have lost everything. And I've seen a lot of comments on social media, and this is definitely something that circulates around whenever there's some sort of a natural disaster like this. Well, insurance, and you'll get a house back, and you'll get your car back, and stuff like that. And while that is true, that is from somebody who's never gone through something like this. A long time ago, probably about almost 20 years ago, there was really bad flooding in Illinois, and my parents' house had about 10 feet of water, something insane in their house, and they lost everything um, in their basement. So, Illinois, there's basements. In Florida, there's not basements, but yeah, in their basement, everything. And that was like personal items, things that we had stored down there. My comic book collection was gone, my dad's record collection was gone, cassette collection, CDs, all of our pictures, all of that stuff was just gone, and it was devastating. So these people are currently going through that, and it's just literally one of the worst things to go through. And yeah, you do get insurance, but do you know how long it fucking takes? It takes a really long time. So in the meantime, while you're waiting on those payments and for them to come out and look at damage and survey all of your receipts and whatever else you have to send them, that is just a ridiculous thing that takes forever. You're misplaced. You don't have a place to live. You don't have these resources, and there's a lot of resources available here right now. People are opening up their homes. They're opening up shelters and stuff like that, but nobody wants to live in a shelter. So what I'm saying is I'm going to link in the description some places to donate if you're able to. Obviously, I know money is always an issue for some people. It can be tight, even if it's $1 that helps, as long as it's a lot of people that do it. I just it's terrible. Facebook and Instagram and Twitter has just been, my personal accounts have just been littered with reels and videos and posts of things of people who have lost everything, and their pets are missing or whatever else. Like, they're just, I don't know. So it's awful. And the thing that's even more awful is that we're still in hurricane season, and there's already a system already brewing again. However, they're showing it's looking like it's going to be a weaker system, which is good. But again, we don't need a tropical storm or anything like that to hit us, because enough already. Um, so yes, don't mean to start the doom and gloom video, but that's just what's been going on here. Um, it's very, very humbling. It has also made me realize I really need to catalog and track everything that I own, because it's very possible that we do get a hurricane that's a direct hit, and it's very possible that I lose everything in this room. So I'll be doing that this week, doing a lot of adulting. Um, but I did get several new records in the last several weeks that I haven't shown off on here yet, because I've been doing other types of videos that I want to talk about. But again, please check the description of this video. I might even pin a comment of some resources where you can donate to. If you're in the area and you watch me, there's a lot of places that are doing donation centers where you can drop off supplies that are needed. I'm sure you've probably already seen those. So definitely do that. Things like, like food, non-perishable foods and stuff like that. A lot of the stuff, people still don't have power, obviously. And like I said, the beaches are just, they're destroyed. I mean, it goes all the way down to the Sarasota area, which is about 40 minutes from me. And then the beach that's about 15 minutes from me, Honeymoon Island, was destroyed, which is really sad because we spent almost every weekend. We usually spend like almost every weekend there on the weekends. And that's just not a beach. There's businesses there. It's a business. Like the wedding pavilion got ruined, so people are canceling their weddings now. It's a lot of things that happen. So it sucks. But we're safe. My family's safe that lives here. But unfortunately, a lot of our friends did not fare as well. They had houses that were destroyed by floodwaters, and they're having to gut those places and just, yeah. So it sucks. And unfortunately, there was a really big tropical storm here that I think eventually turned into a Hurricane 1 that landed on Florida a couple months ago. And some of the Gulf Coast people during just a tropical storm had floodwaters, and they were just now rebuilding and getting things back to normal. And now they're dealing with this again. It sucks. It's terrible. Wouldn't wish this on anybody, except for maybe a few horrible ass people in the world. But otherwise, all right, so let's get started on the music. There's my cat dog there. That's Dolly. She likes to lay in the window and bark at everybody that walks by. She's going to get down now, thankfully. Okay, good. So sorry about the distractions in the background. If you see them, if you see the chair moving, that's probably one of the dogs. Somebody mentioned that in one of my videos like 2 weeks ago. They noticed the chair moved in the background, but there was nothing to be seen. That's because she sleeps on it, and then the little guy, Duke, who is not in here right now, sleeps on the other side, and he like moves, and it moves the chair. So that's the dog chair, but I also sit there and listen to music too. So, okay. So there's no real theme here today. I've got 5 records. Yeah, 5 records to show. No real theme. My listening has been all over the goddamn place. I've been listening to some shit that I don't normally listen to on a regular basis, but my listening has really been into heavy metal lately. But this is not, I don't even know what the fuck to categorize this. Symphonic death metal, I guess. But what I'm talking about is the new Winter Sun album, Time 2. So let me talk about this for a minute. I've never heard of this band until this year. I knew they existed. I know the hype all around them. I know the backstory of this album. And then the time frame in between this album, Time 1, which I also got. And all of the drama behind it. However, I didn't live in that drama. I didn't donate to the Kickstarter or whatever that was for this album. I have no skin in the game whatsoever. So I know there's a lot of issues around this album. People have a lot of feelings and a lot of anger because they took so goddamn long. I mean, Time 1 came out in 2012, and they started crowdfunding and stuff for the second album, and it didn't come out until this year. There was a lot of speculation that they weren't using the money correctly, all these things. I don't know. But I saw the hype around the release, and given that I've just been so far deep into power metal and stuff like that, and listening to, God damn it, I forgot to mute my computer. Listening to Flesh God Apocalypse and stuff, I was like, you know what, let me give it a try. So I'll start with Time 2 because that's the first album I ever heard by this band. And I was blown away. I thought it was fantastic. Now, was it, millions of dollars worth fantastic? Was that how much they crowdfunded for? I know it was a lot of money. It's a bit of a stretch. I don't know exactly how much studio time costs. I know roughly. But for an album like this, it's a lot of synthesizers and stuff like that, and a lot of computing power, which is what he has mentioned several times. Yari, I think his name is, the main guy behind the project, who's also in another band that I don't really ever listen to, and I can't remember it right now, so apologies. But this is, they're from Finland, symphonic death metal, definitely got some power metal elements in here from time to time in regards to some things. At least that's what I hear. But yeah, there's a lot of drama behind this album. So it's here now. I really like it. I think it's a good album. It's very entertaining, and the things I like about it are the themes behind it, and that is the old like Japanese lore, the sounds of it. Just yeah, it sounds like you're basically just walking through Japan in the winter. Um, and I'm a huge fan of Japanese culture. I think a lot of people already knew that. So I'm a sucker for the old school, like Japanese traditional sounding music. I love a lot of the video games that are similar to that. Like Shenmue is one of my all time favorite video games. I think eventually he goes off into Hong Kong and the other ones, so it's not all based in Japan. But maybe it's Tokyo. I don't remember. I never played. Never finished 2 and 3. But anyway, um, yeah. So this is on Nuclear Blast right now. I don't know if it's sold out. I got this directly from Amazon. And it came like a week after because I guess they got their pre-orders a little bit later. But anyway, a really nice cherry blossom tree right there with that winter scene on the front, and then on the back. So yeah, that was immediately the reason why I started listening to this album, because I saw the album cover and I was like, that looks like something I might like, and not knowing what was coming behind it. Um, inner sheets there, liner notes, and then lyrics. It's very epic. It's very moving. Awesome riffage. Just yeah. At times can feel a little bit of black metal with his vocal style. I'm sure you guys have all heard it if you already know. And then I just got whatever this color was. Yeah, white. This is just what came from Amazon. But I know there were several different variants. Now, I think there was like a crowdfunding thing where you were supposed to get all these special things if you donated. I have no idea if people got those. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. I don't care. I'm not heavily invested into this band. I liked the music, so I bought the vinyl because I can see myself listening to this quite a bit, especially when I just want to listen to something that feels a little bit comfortable, it's easy listening, I guess you could say. And I really, really enjoyed this album. So after I heard this album, I went back and listened to their other albums, which they only have 3 other albums out. The Forest Seasons, it's all right. I yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's not awful. It's definitely not their best album. And then Time One, which is what everybody absolutely loves. And then their self-titled Winter Sun. Winter Sun, actually, I did get the Forest Seasons. Why didn't I include that in this? Oh, well. Well, I'm not. But, fuck, I did get the Forest Seasons. Why don't I have it shown off? 1 second. Let me grab it really quick. I know it's in here somewhere. This is my stack of things that I need to listen to. Ah, there it is. This is why I did get the Four Seasons. I had listened to this. I don't know why I didn't include it. I just completely forgot about it. Uncut and uncensored here on Melanie Loves Death Metal. But let me show off Time One first, and I'll show you that. But anyway, I listened to Winter Sun, the self-titled, which I really liked, but they can't find that anywhere. It's like out of print, and when they reissue it, it sells out really fast. And then the Four Seasons, which came after this album, which I guess was a super disappointment because he was promising Time 2. And then they're like, surprise, releasing another album. It's not really that great. I mean, it's good, but it's not as good as this one. So, I mean, it's not awful, but yeah, this one is really good too. Definitely a little bit more. I mean, it's relatively the same sounding. Maybe the production is not as great. Songs I feel like aren't as good as the second one. I don't know, because since I heard the second one first, I think my opinion is definitely a little bit different right now. I like it a lot, so which is why I bought the album. So yeah, this is a reissue. I don't know. Again, got it on Amazon when I ordered that. Same style of themes and music here. I mean, again, you guys all probably already heard this. I'm super behind on this band. Nice gatefold, and then this is some Color Vomit. Actually, it's not that bad of a color. I liked it. It's alright. I'm not the biggest fan of the crystal clear splattery variants, but again, got it from Amazon. It didn't specify if it was color or black, which Amazon rarely ever does, so I obviously didn't care what color I was getting. ordering it that way. So I would say in regards to the amount of money that I've seen that Time to took to make, a 48-minute long video album is not too bad. I think that's a great runtime there. Silver Leaves is such an incredible song. Holy shit, that song is so great. I love Fields of Snow. That starts the album. It's like a nice instrumental track. And then just the whole album is very good. It's very entertaining, but I can see why it's not for everybody. But I really enjoy it. I really enjoyed this album too. And then this one, like I said, not their best. Pretty disappointing when it came out. People were just pissed off about it. I mean, that's some fucked up shit. Hey, we're crowdsourcing for this awesome, epic new continuation to an album that everybody loves, but we're just going to release this shit first. That's kind of fucked up, but again, whatever. No skin in the game here. It's not a bad album by any means. A little bit more of that, like, folky-ish style of music on here, too. The symphonic stuff is there. Again, it's not a terrible album by any means, but I snagged it. It was $20 because I was getting all these other ones, so I figured, why not? You know, why not just get a trifecta of albums here? So it was kind of a blind buy. I heard like one or two songs, and I was like, yeah, it sounds good. I'll get it. But yeah, so I need to probably take a little bit more time with it, but yeah, I like it. I mean, again, it's not as good as the other two, but it's still good. And then it's a double LP. Again, that crystal clear with the green splatter. This one looks a little bit better. So yeah. Winter Sun! I'm new! And I feel like that's probably the best case scenario because there was a lot of angry fans. A lot of happy fans too. But some people were saying like, this is what we waited so long for, and they were just really angry about it. I'm glad I was not one of those fans and didn't have to endure that. So yeah, Winter Sun. Okie dokie, the next one is another one. I promise you, we'll get back to the death metal eventually. But for now, my listening has been a little bit changed. I picked this up off of Heavy Metal Museum when I saw that he had it in stock. I put an order in a couple of weeks ago. This band absolutely needs absolutely no introduction if you're familiar with new wave of British heavy metal or just power metal, heavy power metal. Cloven Hoof's new album, Heathen Cross. This actually came out a while ago. It came out in May. May 31st is when it came out. I obviously know who Cloven Hoof is. I noticed that High Roller reissued their self-titled that came out in 1984, which is a fantastic album. Gonna snag that someday. They've reissued it, so there's several out there. But I love this band. Definitely a little bit more of an underrated band, I guess, in my opinion. I'm not too familiar with their whole entire discography. They have quite a bit of albums out. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is their 10th full length. So there's about 7 of those albums I'm not too familiar with. Past, that's a lie. There's 7, 8, 9. I don't know. I know Dominator, their second one, and I know Sultan's Ransom, and then after that, they went on a hiatus. They were just gone for several years. They came back in 2006, and I don't think I've ever heard any of those albums up until this. So I really like this album. It's super catchy. It's super fun. It gets stuck in my head. I'm glad that I listened to it and I bought it because this is going to be one of my favorite releases this year. I mean, these guys have been around for a very long time, and they sound really, really good. So again, if you're not into that traditional heavy metal, there's a little bit of power metal leanings, just a tiny bit here. Sometimes his vocal style sounds similar to King Diamond at times when he gets really high in the vocal set. But yeah, really fun album. Really enjoy it. Again, this is a High Roller Records issue. They release new music too, not just reissues of old classics. There's the band there. Good stuff. Actually, I kind of wish I had known this was coming. I would have definitely done a heavy metallurgy review on it. So, because I really enjoy it. The album artwork is done by Wow, this font is incredibly small, and every time that happens, it makes me realize I am getting old because my eyes just are fucked and don't work as well as they used to. Cover artwork and layout is done by Alexander von Wielding. There you go. Landscapers are here now, so you probably can hear them. They are desperately needed right now. We have a lot of tree debris everywhere. Just palm trees and shit everywhere. Classic black with cool stickers of the album cover. God damn it. I should turn that. There we go. Cool stuff. Yeah. Awesome album. I've been listening to this album a ton to the point of where I noticed my son was humming one of the songs the other day, and I felt slightly proud of myself. Redeemer's awesome. Do What Thou Wilt. That's an awesome song. Last Man Standing. There's not a single song on here that I don't like. I think the A side is very good. The B side is very good. They have a nice blend. Frost and Fire is an awesome song. Yeah, just rocking, really good album. The band is out of the UK. I'm sure you guys probably already knew that. So yeah. So don't worry, you'll probably see some other High Roller reissues of this band because I noticed that there were several that are out. I've noticed that Heavy Metal Museum has them and a couple of other distros that gets them in. So when I'm wanting to make another vinyl purchase, that's probably what I'll end up doing. But vinyl purchasing is on hold for just a tiny bit right now because I've got a lot of stuff coming up where I need to keep my funding towards that. And I'm trying to save money too. I'm trying to keep some stuff in the savings. So next up is a pre-order that I got in. I think this was like 2 weeks now. Don't know why it took me forever to talk about it on here. And that is Dungeon Crawl, called Maze Controller. This is on Carbonized Records. This came out September 20th. So it's been out 2 weeks now. Yeah. So I got it like a couple days before the album released. This is a really good, like, thrash metal, deathy thrash metal album. Roll for Your Life for their first full length 2021. I was a big fan of that. I never purchased it, however, but I might go back and get it now. But this is really fun. I don't listen to a whole lot of new modern thrash, as everybody knows, but I think I've shown about two or three thrash albums this year, and Mayhemic is the other one where I've just really enjoyed. And I have, my listening lately has been heavy metal, power metal, thrash, like the three that I've just been listening to a ton lately. And every once in a while I get in the mood and I listen to, go back to death metal, stuff like that. But that's what I've been really into. So I'm a huge fan of this. The album artwork is done by James Buscema, who has done several other album art. I think he did you do Sepultura's or Cavalera's reissue of Schizophrenia? I think he did. He also did, I'm blanking on so many things right now. I should have took notes. So anyway, Carbonized Records, really, really fun album. Nerdy Dungeons and Dragons, thrash metal style of themed music with some awesome, there you go, the nerdy artwork. I mean, you can just like look at the album or the song titles, like +1 Mace, Wolves Beyond the Border, The Forbidden Scrolls, but just really, really fun. The band is out of California. This is their second full-length album. Their first one is really, really good too. I really enjoy this. I've listened to this a lot since I've gotten it. Kind of a unexpected gem that was released this year. Probably going to fall pretty under the radar. So if you're looking for some newer thrash metal, definitely check this out. I think it's worth it. Also, Carbonized Records is a little bit under the radar sometimes too. Check them out. They have a bunch of other awesome releases that have come out so far this year. Funeral Leech is the other one that I've showed off recently. And I fucking love this color. Look at that. Looks awesome. Huge fan of green vinyl, especially when they do it like this, like the neon green. There's a little bit of yellow highlighter in there too. Just goes really awesome with the album cover. Awesome album. Definitely check this out. So that's one of the newer releases. Links will be in the description where you can listen to it. It's definitely good stuff. Yeah. Fucking rules. The hype sticker says, "The die is cast and your journey begins within the epic labyrinth that is Dungeon Crawl's second full-length album, Maze Controller." So yeah. Awesome stuff. And then finally, the last thing is needs absolutely no introduction. I finally got this. I've been wanting this on vinyl forever. It is one of my all-time favorite death metal albums of all time, and I've only ever owned it on CD. But I finally have Meshuggah's Obscene. Atomic Fire reissued these last year, yeah, and they've been circulating, and I've never pulled the trigger on them. And then finally, I saw it on a lightning deal of all things on Amazon, and so I picked it up with those Winter Sun records, and I got very lucky. Amazon delivered them to the right house, they packaged them correctly, and there was no damage to any of these, which is phenomenal. So yeah, this absolutely needs no introduction, but I figured I'd show it off. I'm a sucker for Meshuggah. I love this band, one of my favorite death metal bands. Someday I should do a video on and do an album ranking. But I figured, why not snag this? I do own all of their CDs, but vinyl has been slim pickings in regards. They can be relatively pricey. And if this hadn't gone on sale, I probably would have held off buying this. So, yeah. That's actually the wrong way. Here we go. Fuck trying to read the lyrics on here. Like, Jesus Christ, that printed inner sheet is awful. Can't read anything. But really nice gatefold. It's a double LP, of course. And then it's this, I don't know what color this is considered. Not a huge fan of the coloring. Again, didn't know what I was getting. But not too shabby. Not too shabby. Really nice splatter. White vinyl. Not a huge fan of it, but whatever. It's the music that matters at this point. It sounds great. I'm listening to this. I gotta do a Meshuggah video. I'm surprised I haven't done it yet. This is like high school days, Melanie, that one of these bands that will always be one of my favorite bands. I'll probably always love everything that they do. But this one, obviously, no doubt, is one of my favorite all-time albums. Like, this is what really got me into, like, really deep into Meshuggah. I actually saw them live with Tool, I think. Was it Tool? I'm pretty sure it was Tool. No, it wasn't Tool. I can't remember now. It was such a long time ago. I was a sophomore in high school. And yeah, this is the 15th anniversary edition. That's what it is. But they were incredible live. I had no idea who the fuck they were. Hit the stage and I was like, oh my god, my mind was absolutely blown. Immediately went and bought the CD. It was Chaosphere, when the Chaosphere came out. That was the first CD I ever bought from them. And immediately became a fan. They were incredible live. I've never seen them since. I really would love to see them again. But yeah, Meshuggah, you guys know who Meshuggah are, right? Do I need to talk about where they're from and shit? They're from Sweden. Swedish, yeah. Okay. That's all that I have today. Like I said, in the description is going to be links to where you can try and help out for the devastation that's happened in Florida and even in North Carolina, Tennessee. Like, there's just so many things that happened. We're safe. We're good. Hopefully this system in the Gulf turns into nothing. If it does, it'll probably be here by Sunday, I think they said. So we're going to be tracking that all week to see now. I finally recorded my Black Dahlia murder review for Heavy Metallurgy once I was able to get time this weekend. So Barty's working on that. It'll be up whenever he's able to do it. No rush on to him. So that's coming, and then I'm gonna finally do the Black Dahlia murder video that everybody has asked of showing off. Did I thought I did. I thought I ranked their videos or their albums. Maybe I didn't. I need to go back. People keep asking me for it, and I swear I did it, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. I've got so many videos, I don't remember what I've done in the past. I always have to go back and look, like, did I already make that video? Because I don't ever remember. My brain is shot. But I'll show that off in another video. I'm waiting for the review to go up first before I post my video on it. So that's all I have, you guys. Happy Monday, and I will see you in the next one.